Valheim. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. A brutal exploration and survival game for 1 to 10 players, set in a procedurally generated purgatory inspired by Viking culture. Battle, build and conquer your way to a saga worthy of Odin's patronage. Before I go on with this review, guys, in the past a lot of people have said, Mac, tell us early on if it's an early access game so we can leave. This is an early access game. You may leave now. Because I know how much you hate early access games and you would never play them. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to leave. One day, guys, I knew this would bite them in the ass. And here it is. They're going to miss out on one of the best games I've ever played. Absolutely fantastic. This game is so good. There's even conspiracy theories going around that it's all fake. That the fact that there's 9,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews on it, they're all bots. There's something fishy going on. Yeah, this isn't real. This can't be. Well, it's not. There's nothing fishy going on. This is just a brilliant game, and I'm going to show you why. It's 1 to 10 players, but it's perfectly playable in single player because as the more people join your game, the difficulty ramps up. So that's how the game works. It's obviously still being balanced, but that's how it works. It's peer-to-peer or dedicated servers. It just depends what you choose. We've been playing peer-to-peer with 6 people, one of them being in America, the rest being in the UK where we are hosting. It was fine the first day, but the second, I'm not talking about in-game days, I'm talking about IRL days. The first day was good, the second day it wasn't so good. We had a few flying deer and a few things going a bit warping around. So yeah, there was issues. Now I want to cut through a lot of the crap to get to the good bits. So basically it's a survival game. Like any other survival game, you have to chop down trees, hit stones, mine ores, build a smelter, build chests, build a bed to sleep on. That also is your spawn point. Build a house, till the land, plant your crops, grow your crops, tame animals, build a pen for them, put the animals in the pen. You got your meat farms, you got your plant farms, you've got your iron ore works, your smelting, your crafting tables. You upgrade all of that. You can upgrade all your gear as well. You can pretty much upgrade everything. You've also got cauldrons where you can mix different types of food to make stews. You can make a fermenter to ferment things, the plants that you find to make potions of stamina and health. Guys, there is shit tons that you can actually craft and make in this game. Now, consumption of food is different to a lot of games that I've played. You can't just sit and eat the same food over and over again, and not one after another anyway. What you have to do is you mix your different food together. Each food has a value of health and stamina when you eat it, and you can eat 3 different types of food at once, and you will get all the buffs of them 3 different types of food all stacked up to give you your hit points. So if you eat a bit of meat that gives you 20 hit points, you might eat some berries that'll give you another 20, and you might eat, I don't know, some other type of food that'll give you 15. That will give you 55 hit points. You have a stamina bar for when you run, when you swim, when you parry, when you block, and when you attack. So you have to keep an eye on your stamina. It does build up again quite quickly, but if you're caught in the water without stamina, you will drown. And if you're trying to run away without stamina, you're not going to get very far and you'll probably get wrecked. So there's all of that to take into consideration. There's different ages in this game. There's like Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, and you craft gear, weapons, armor accordingly to the age that you're in. You pass to the next age by killing the boss from what we've gathered so far. So that kind of covers the basics, and when you do kill a boss you gain their ability like you do in Risk of Rain. That kind of covers what most games give you, although most games don't give you the boss. But I want to talk about why Valheim is way better than all the other games, and it is. It's in a different league. This is just, it doesn't matter what it is, The Forest, whatever game you think is the best survival game, this is just way better in my opinion. I mean, reviews are just opinions, but I've played them all and I like all them other games as well, but I've never played a survival game that even comes close to being as good as this, and I mean that. I'm not just caught up on a hype train, and I'm certainly not being paid for this. So it's, you know, I've got nothing invested in this. There's no money changed hands or anything like that. It's not a sponsored video. It's just a fucking great game. That's what this is. It's just a great game. Now, it's a procedurally generated world, and when you go out into this world, that's when this game turns into one of the best things you'll ever play. because nothing is scripted in this game. Everything happens for reasons. You know, it's just, I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or should I say in the right place at the right time, because the adventures that we've had in this game have just been nothing short of phenomenal. For example, one of the guys in the camp, while I was AFK having me IRL lunch, had built a longboat. It's a little miniature longboat. It's not the full thing. We get that later. And but he hadn't had a chance to take it out. And I came back into the game and I would say, oh, what's going on? Oh, we built this boat. We built the next boat up from the raft. So I went and had a look at it and I thought, oh, I'll take that out for a spin. So two of us dived in. The guy who built it didn't. He was busy doing something else. So we jumped in to the longboat and I discovered that it had a storage hold. So I thought, oh, I'll take it down the coast a bit where I knew it was safe, relatively, and we'll mine some tin ore, put it in the hold because we needed that, and I'll bring it back. So we went down. It was nice. It was a lovely boat, and I moored it just off the coast, and we went and mined some tin. As we came back to the boat, this fucking troll was wrecking the boat. Just this troll had come out the forest and started hammering the boat. So we took him down. Bring him down! Yeah, that was a bad impression. So we took him down with our flaming arrows, and then we noticed the boat was in a right shit state. We looked at its health bar. It was really low, but because we were next to the Black Forest, which is very dangerous, I shouldn't have parked it there. I says, look, let's just ride home because we know it's safe, you know, on the waters. So we got on the boat and we were just heading home. Now, I'd been on the water loads of times in rafts, in storms, totally uneventful. There's something moving in the water. What the is that? Well, it's a sea serpent that trashed the boat and ate us. So we lost the boat, we lost the cargo, I lost my gear, and so did my partner who was on the boat with us. So we had to come back with another boat. We had to build another boat and a raft and come back and try and fend off this monster, pick up all our gear. The cargo was floating in boxes. We did all that and we killed the monster and we took its carcass home and cooked it on a fire. And my goodness, the buffs we got off that food was enough to help us beat the second boss. It all kind of worked out so well for us. The first time we tried to beat the second boss, we got wrecked. It was quite comical at the end. The whole team was wiped out except for me and Rao, and I could see we were on a losing battle with our crude bows and our shitty arrows. So I ran for the raft and I got the raft ready and I shouted at him. I says, come on, we'll just leave. We'll leave. You're going to die. So he was running towards me raft and he was being chased off the boss and an ogre. And so I thought, shit, by the time he gets to the raft, they're going to be right on us. And he'll jump on the raft and it takes a few seconds for the raft to get going. I thought, we're going to die. So my brilliant idea was I'd calculated perfectly that if I started moving the raft just as he got there, he could jump onto the moving raft. The raft's already moving so we can get away. Unfortunately, my calculations weren't as good as I thought, and I didn't factor in that he'd have no stamina left. So as he's running towards the raft, I started moving away just a little bit too early. His jump was just awful. He landed in the water and drowned. And yeah, I got away. I still feel bad, guys. Anyway, we came back in our bronze armor with our bronze weapons, with our fine bow, a new bow which was upgraded and did loads more damage. And we sailed back to the island. It was right across the sea where just to get there was so perilous. We had to go through some horrendous things. But we eventually got to where the second boss's island was. But we didn't want to disturb him because we knew he was around about there, the spawn area. He was roaming around. So we pulled the boat round the side of the island. And as we got onto the land, we immediately went to work to build a little staging area and an attack place to attack the boss from. So we built a little house. We built new beds and we set our spawn points there. And then we slept that night to attack the boss the next morning at first light. So we then made our way to the boss. We had an epic boss fight with him using flaming arrows, bringing him down with this big tree boss. And we killed him. We got his trophy. And we were all so pleased with ourselves. We went back to our little staging area, picked up all our shit that we had, and we were just about to leave. And then it just said, the ground begins to shake, or something like that. And we were, what the f***? This ogre came out of the trees and started to attack us. So we obviously defended ourselves, and then another ogre appeared, two of the buggers. It was not a scripted event, it just happened. You know, it's just one of them things that happens. And it was just great fighting. There was a couple of us died there, but we eventually got off the island and headed up home. On the way home, guys, on the way fucking home, we saw this big rock in the water, and it had something on its side. And we said, hey, what's them? Are the eggs? Let's pull up. So we pulled the boat up. A couple of us jumped onto it, and I had a bad feeling. I'm like, that doesn't look like a rock to me. Be careful. And they started mining, and then the rock started shaking and making weird noises. It was the back of a giant fucking sea monster, and it started submerging, and they just got off and got on. I mean, these things are not scripted. This is just the game. It was just we got home eventually, but it was a 4-day adventure. Just killing that boss, having loads of close encounters with stuff. There was loads of other adventures. I talk about when we went into the slime swamps. That was hilarious. We died. Lots of people died in that, and we were trying rescue missions. We had 4 rescue missions to get our gear back. It was just great. And that's what makes this game so good. You play other games where, especially AAA games, where the developers funnel you into an area so they can make a scripted event that you're not even part of. And they go, oh, yeah, that's immersion. No, it's not. This is immersion. And we aren't even... we're nowhere near even halfway into this game. This is the beauty of it. It's fantastic. Everything happens when you go out. Now, there's some bad things that I want to talk about before I end. There's portals in this game. We've refused to build them. I mean, I can't believe that there's portals in this game. You can make a portal, go to the other side of the world and make another portal, and you can pass through it. Fast travel. In a game like this, you can't take metal through the portal, but who cares if you can take metal or not? The fact is, you can fast travel between 2 points when there is so much beauty in this game. It looks amazing, the atmosphere. There's so many things can happen to you in this game. There's so much can go wrong, as we've proved every time we've gone out without fail. We've had an epic adventure, guys. Every time. Not once have we gone out and had a really uneventful time. I mean, I guess we have when we're running around the moors and stuff, but when we've gone on proper expeditions, man, what an adventure it's been. The fact that you can cut all that out with a fucking portal is a honestly, get rid of them. My goodness, what are you thinking about, Mr. Developer? You're ruining it. It's just counterintuitive to everything you've put in this game. It's like fucking X-ray vision. There's no X-ray vision in this. Oh my goodness, what if they bring that in? Mac, developers, you've got a fantastic game here. Easily game of the year so far. Don't ruin it with casual bullshit that goes against everything that you've put in this game, because you've nailed this. It's absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to play the finished product. So there you go, guys. Valheim. Is it worth a buy at the moment? Bloody right it is.